A doctor explains the lung damage from just one vape. Check this out. Your lungs are protected by a wall that's only one cell thick. It's super fragile and it has one job: get oxygen into your body so you can live. So what happens when you hit a vape? You're literally blasting that wall with a hot chemical storm. And the craziest part? The damage starts instantly. The irritation that leads to insane diseases begins with the very first puff. And get this, it's not even just the nicotine. It's a whole cocktail of insane chemicals. So many of you guys think vaping is safe, maybe because of the candy flavors, or because you heard it's just water vapor. I'm here to tell you that's a huge myth. It's a crazy aerosol made by heating liquid, and that process creates new toxic chemicals that should never, ever go into your lungs. I've seen what lung disease does to people, and it is devastating. But what's actually terrifying about vaping is how fast it's destroying lungs, especially in young people. We are literally in the middle of a public health crisis that they sold to us as a cool lifestyle choice. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what happens inside your lungs, down to the microscopic level, the second that vape hits. This isn't about 10 years from now. This is about what happens right now. The first second of contact. Okay, so the first second you inhale from a vape, your body goes on full alert. It knows it's being attacked. That cloud isn't soft and fluffy. It's a storm of tiny particles and chemicals that instantly starts irritating your throat and airways. Ever get a dry throat or a cough right after vaping? That's not just some random side effect. That's literally your body screaming that it's being irritated. And at the exact same time, nicotine floods your body. We're talking a massive adrenaline rush. This is your fight or flight response going crazy. Your heart starts pounding, your blood pressure skyrockets, and your heart has to work way, way harder. Some people even feel their heart beating like crazy from this. And all of this happens in seconds. It's a total body shock from just one puff, the chemical cocktail, and the microscopic assault. Let's be 100% clear. What you're inhaling is not water vapor. The base is usually propylene glycol and vegetable glycerin. Propylene glycol is the same chemical they use in fog machines and even some types of antifreeze. When the vape heats that liquid up, it breaks down and creates completely new toxic chemicals. This is insane. You want to know the worst ones? Formaldehyde. That's a cancer-causing chemical they use to preserve dead bodies. And acrolein, a chemical they literally use to kill weeds that causes permanent lung damage. On top of that, you could also be inhaling other carcinogens and even heavy metals like nickel and lead that come straight off the heating coil. So picture this chemical soup going into your lungs. The cells lining your airways get totally stressed out and inflamed. Your body panics and sends in an army of white blood cells just like it's fighting a crazy infection. This is what makes you wheeze and feel out of breath. Scientists have looked at the lungs of people with vape injuries, and it looks like they were burned on the inside by toxic fumes. It's an actual chemical burn, the attack on the air sacs. Now we're going to the final boss level of your lungs, the alveoli. You have millions of these tiny air sacs, and if you spread them all out, they'd cover an entire tennis court. This is where oxygen gets into your blood. When the vape cloud hits this massive, delicate area, the particles don't just disappear. Even in normal nicotine vapes, they cause huge inflammation. Your immune cells rush in to clean up the mess, but there's so much junk that they get completely overwhelmed, throwing your lungs into chaos. And here's where the flavors come in. One of the most insane flavoring chemicals is diacetyl. It's famous for causing a terrible permanent disease called popcorn lung, which literally scars your smallest airways and makes it almost impossible to breathe. Now, a lot of companies say they took this out, but it could still be in there, and they don't always have to tell you. The inflammation that causes this permanent damage starts with the very first hit. The brain hijack and the cycle of addiction. While your lungs are getting destroyed, your brain is literally being rewired. Vapes are designed to give you a huge, concentrated blast of nicotine. Because you inhale it, it hits your brain in seconds, faster than a cigarette, and creates this insane reward signal that gets you hooked like crazy. This is especially dangerous for younger brains that are still developing. Nicotine literally hijacks your brain's reward system. It messes with your memory, your focus, everything. Your brain gets so used to it that feeling normal means having nicotine and not having it feels wrong. That's addiction, and it's crazy powerful. You know that dizzy, sick feeling you get the first time you vape? That's literally your body being poisoned by nicotine. But your brain can learn to ignore that to chase the reward. This creates a crazy cycle. The thing that's putting toxic chemicals and metals in your lungs becomes something you can't stop doing. The addiction guarantees the damage will happen over and over and over, turning a little irritation into a life-destroying disease. The path to healing. That first puff seems like nothing, but it's step one on an incredibly dangerous path. Every single puff after that just builds more and more damage. All that repeated inflammation can lead to diseases like COPD, which feels like you're trying to breathe through a coffee stirrer for the rest of your life. The stress on your heart can increase the risk of heart attack and stroke. I know this is a lot and it's scary, especially if you're vaping right now. You were probably tricked by all the marketing that said this stuff was safe. But I want to end this with some good news. Here's the most important thing you need to hear. The damage starts fast, but the healing starts fast too. Your body is an absolute beast at repairing itself. The moment you stop blasting your lungs with this stuff, the inflammation starts to go down. You can actually start breathing better in just a few weeks after quitting. It's insane. While some damage might be permanent, quitting now gives your body the best possible chance to heal. The biggest step you can take for your health is the one you take right now. Knowing this stuff is your superpower. This is how you take back control from a product that was designed from the ground up to trap you. If you're watching this and you want to quit, go talk to a doctor. There are so many people who want to help you win this challenge. You don't have to do it alone. And if you know someone who thinks vaping is harmless, send them this video. Don't do it to scare them. Do it to empower them with the truth. Your lungs have one job: breathe clean air. Don't let them become a chemical wasteland. Take control of your health today. If you enjoyed this video, then subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next video in our vape series.